What's going on, guys? It's Halloween Vids, and in today's video I'll be doing a review on the Spirit Halloween 2022 Toothy the Clown Animatronic. Alrighty, well, without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, a little story about Toothy the Clown, in case you didn't already know. He was originally supposed to release in 2019, but due to them having too many clowns, he was canceled in 2019, and there was a prototype that was found from 2019 in a photo that proves that he was supposed to come out in 2019. And now we have him. Although he did not come out for the 2022 Halloween season, he came out in November around Thanksgiving, the after Halloween season, and the Christmas season. So yeah, I'm just super happy we do finally have him. I am a huge fan of the YJ large swinging animatronics. Pumpkin Nester is one I'm really hoping to see return one day, just because he's one I've been always wanting to get. I do have little Skelly Bones as a little YJ swinging prop, which I'm also big fans of. But yeah, I mean, YJ as a whole, I just think is a great company. But with that little tangent out of the way, let's get into Toothy the Clown himself. Again, he is just like any of the other large YJ swinging animatronics, such as Pumpkin Nester, Swinging Swamp Hag, and the Swinging Scarecrow. This is now just a clown. So, I mean, it is a reskin, but I'm not going to take any points off for that because I think he's done very well. He is just really cool. I'm really happy to have him. Again, I love clowns. As you can see, I'm a sucker for clowns, so of course I was going to love this. But yeah, he's just really great. Let me just get into him himself now. First, I'll show off his shoes. They are a nice hard plastic. They are all the way around, though, and they are a nice thicker plastic opposed to what Seasonal Visions usually uses for their clowns. But yeah, and his shoes are decently detailed. Now, as for his clothing, it is very light gray and very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Very mute, maybe a mute gray and a darker red. I really do like the color scheme. It's something we don't really see very often, so I will props for that. And it's the half stripe, half polka dot, which we have seen before, such as Wacky Mole Clown over there. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just standard clown outfit. As for his hands are actually really cool. They're very well detailed. You can see the nails on his fingers, as well as like the ripped gloves and the skin coming off of that, which I think is just really cool. The hands are done really well, really, really well. I love the hands. But yeah, then he has his necktie here, and then his head, which is head. I mean, hence the name Mr. Toothy is really, really cool. He has his big teeth and his stitching on his face, which looks really well. I love the eyes. I'm a huge fan of them, and I'm not upset they don't light up. I think it's a good decision. It allows them to have more detail in the pupils, which I think looks really well. And then I love the eyebrows. The eyebrows really add some nice character to him. But yeah, I mean, his face is just really cool. And it is a foam-filled latex, which is nice. And it's very, very well filled. Which actually I'll get to in a little bit later. Because there is some downsides to that being very filled, but we'll get into that once I get into the demo. But yeah, then he has his ears back here. And then his hair, which is your standard costume-like hair. But yeah, I mean, that's for him. And I mean, of course, the swing. Now, the swing, I know it's different for some of them. It's the hooks on each side. And then I just have him hooked in up there. But yeah, that's it for him himself. His assembly is super easy. You just got to bolt him into the swing, put his head on, and then you're done. Like, it's really easy. But with all that out of the way, let's get into a demo.
There's a lot you can do with a clown. You can rent me out for birthday parties. I'll always bring a smile when you're sad. I'll even cry at your funeral. Ha! No, I won't!
I'm actually glad that phrase was the one that came on. That one's, like, my favorite out of the 3. He does have 3 phrases, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but, yeah, he is really cool. I'm just a huge fan of him. Again, his animation is the same as any other large swinging prop, which, he moves, not side to side, but, like, up and back and forth, that's what I'm looking for, sorry. He moves back and forth, and then he talks. Again, his animation looks very realistic, like, it's like a very, it doesn't look very mechanical, if that makes sense, like, it's not rhythmic, it's, very just I don't know, it just looks natural the way he moves, so I'm a huge fan of that. Now as for his phrases, that was one that you heard there. I know some people have complained about the phrases. I'm not bothered by them. They're standard clown phrases. As a matter of fact, I'm glad they don't have like music or anything that we see. It's a nice change of pace just to be talking and no music. So I think that's cool because usually a lot of the clowns we see they have music in the background behind them, which is fine, but it's nice to see a change of pace. Yeah, that's it for the well, actually, here, I'll get into the downside. Now, mine actually fortunately has very well mouth movement, but a lot I've saw don't. Now, this might be one thing to note, something I actually had to do. The mouthpiece was stuck in the foam, and I had to like maneuver it with my hands, and then that allowed for a much more fluent mouth movement. But then again, that might not also work for everybody. With that foam filled in the head, it makes it hard for the mouth to move. Because it does have full range of motion, I'm sure, but that foam latex is preventing it from going all the way. And he does have, lower jaw movement, which well, upper jaw movement, however you wanna word it, which means his mouth, closes when it activates instead of opens, like standard human beings or just like most other animatronics. This is something that is common on YJ animatronics, and people say it tends to break. Fortunately, I've never experienced that, but that is just something else to note. Alright, so animation out of the way. Now let's get into the price. He retails for $229.99, which is a 30 increase compared to the Swinging Swamp Hag and Swinging Scarecrow, as well as the 2014 Swinging Pumpkin Nester. Pumpkin Nester in 2013, I believe, was either 180 or 190. So, I mean, again, you gotta account for inflation that it does make sense. So I'm honestly not upset with the price, especially if you're able to get a discount such as a 20% off or 30% off for employee. So it's really not that bad of a deal. But then there is also oversized shipping because he is currently online only. But yeah, that's it for the review. Overall, honestly, I'd give him a 10 out of 10. Like, yeah, 10 out of 10 because there's no issues that I'd say actually, you know what? I'll go back on a 9 out of 10. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. That's what I'll go with. Just because I saw a lot with they had issues with the mouth. Fortunately, I don't have that issue. But yeah, that's a 9 out of 10. Very solid animatronic. I would definitely recommend you pick this guy up if you are thinking about it. He's just a really great piece to add to your collection. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about Toothy the Clown in the comments below. And until next time, see ya.